Just to be clear, this is not an instruction on how to do this project, but rather only a demonstration of how I was able to do this. Problem 1. Burton, Plectra, and tongue are worn out and there are no Burton parts still available. Solution: replace the Burton parts with Hubbard parts, Hubbard tongue and Hubbard Plectra. The Hubbard tongue is too large to fit into the Burton jack. I had to modify the Hubbard tongue to shorten it, and then I had to drill out the Burton jack so that the tongue would fit in the holes. I start by pulling one of the jacks, backing off the adjusting screw, and then removing the tongue from the jack. In this next step, I open up the holes with a 1/16 inch or 1.6 millimeter drill bit, followed by a 1.8 millimeter drill. Then finally clean up around the holes with an X-Acto knife to get rid of any burrs. Finally, I use a little Teflon powder and brush on the jack to keep everything running smoothly. The Hubbard tongues are too tall to fit in the Burton jack. I used a felt cutter to trim the tops of the tongues down to size. In this next step, I first used a file and then an emery board to reshape the end of the tongue to be similar to the original at a roughly 45 degree angle. And then I used an X-Acto knife to trim off any mold release that might be remaining. Next, insert the tongue into the jack. Test and be sure that the tongue swings very freely. Then adjust the screw so that the tongue sits just past vertical. Next, select the Plectra and verify the shiny side is up. Then insert the Plectra into the tongue and be sure it's seated all the way. Next, trim the Plectra to length according to your experience. Finally, install the jack back into the harpsichord and adjust the screw for proper performance.